Just sitting here enjoying the song, but welcome to the Average Bros Fantasy Football Podcast. This is episode 32 of season 2 of the Average Bros Fantasy Football Podcast. I said that twice. The podcast name's so nice, we said it twice. Eat that with brown rice. What are we doing today? We're talking waiver wire, baby.
Leave that wire.
Hey, don't forget Jesus. Don't forget.
My homie Jesus.
Hey, don't forget Jesus. Did you know that? What's his name? What the heck?
Jesus?
There was like some UFC fighter, and he said that don't forget Jesus. But he had such a bad accent that he was saying, they thought that he was saying vote for gay Jesus or something. And so they,
what?
Yeah. And then there was like this huge controversy, and they were like, he's like, no, dude, that's not what he was saying.
Oh, why did it sound like when he said forget Jesus? It sounded like he said faggot Jesus?
No, he said like gay Jesus or something. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stupid. Week 7's in the books. This was a really weird week for fantasy.
Every week is weird.
No, but I think this was especially weird. I noticed in a lot of my leagues.
Yeah, there's a lot of low-scoring games.
A lot of low-scoring games. So, with that being said,
I heard a lineup where it was like if you had like, it was like David Johnson, Matt Ryan. I'm trying to think of who else they got hurt too. It was like Kerryon Johnson. Like it was all these players, but it was like they had like 16 points.
Oh, dude, I had in one league I put 57 points up in one league, and then I put 55 points up in another league. Like I just did not have a good week at all. I went 0 for 7 in 7 leagues.
Sometimes you go 7-0. Sometimes you go.
I mean,
0-7.
I went 6 for 7 last week, and then I went 0 and 7 this week.
You know why? It's because you forgot Jesus.
It's because I forgot Jesus. Don't forget. He told us. Don't forget. We're talking a little waiver wire. Help you get ready for this week 8. Hopefully you can have a bounce back if you had a terrible loss this week. But before we start, I want to give you a little message. If you want to help the Average Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, if you also like daily fantasy sports every week, you can do a little thing. Little thing called Thrive Fantasy. Thrive Fantasy is a daily props app, basically. It's actually daily fantasy, but they do prop bets, over-unders on passing yards for Tom Brady's or Christian McCaffrey's over-under running yards. Yeah, for Tom Brady's. Or
maybe there's 2 of them. Maybe that's why he's playing so long.
Maybe he does have a twin brother.
He's cloning himself already.
Dude, honestly, that sounds crazy, but it also kind of makes sense. Like the original Tom Brady died years ago. That's how I know we live in a matrix, is because Tom Brady's a thing. Anyways, if you want to download Thrive Fantasy, support the app, also make some money. We're pretty high up there. We have a lot of money. How much money do we have?
And what did we have last week? Like 80,000.
Yeah, we're at like 80K. I think I'm gonna buy a house.
Yeah, we should just buy houses.
Yeah.
We're at the end of the year, we could buy like 2 houses.
So what we do is we play Thrive Fantasy during the regular season, and then in the off season we buy houses and flip them.
Yeah. Because
market value goes up only
when you play Thrive
housing
Fantasy.
market, especially when your house is worth more. Your house is worth doesn't sound like a word. Your house is worth more.
A word.
I know it is, but I just said it wrong enough times. Anyways, it's worth more when you play Thrive Fantasy. So if you download the app, sign up, use promo code AverageBros, gives you an extra free $10 to start out. That's extra capital, baby. Do it. Anyways.
All right.
Now that the Thrive Fantasy drop is out. Dude, that fucking drop's horny right there, dude.
It's right now. My body's like still catching up to my brain.
Really?
So it's like
why are you sore?
From the caffeine. My mind's like, yeah, oh. My body's like, dude, wait, I'm like trying to get there.
Really? Yeah, we just woke up. We normally record this at night. This is a little different for us. We're out of our element. Actually, I feel in a better element.
I'm in my
to be
element.
honest.
Like I said, my body's just still catching up to my brain.
I'm here. I'm right there with you. Cheers.
My brain's like bouncing up from side to side, ear to ear.
Well, hopefully you're still listening. We're gonna start talking about Week 8 waiver wires. What do you want to start with? What position? Quarterbacks or?
Well, we have a little bit of breaking news.
Oh yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's go over some stuff that recent news. Yeah.
I like titles.
This is our announcement.
So sorry, just I was thinking shit in my head before I started speaking this. Mohamed Sanu was just traded to the Patriots.
Mohamed Sanu of the Atlanta Falcons,
wide receiver,
traded to the Patriots. I'm kind of indifferent on this trade. I don't know how I really feel about it.
Yeah, I know there wasn't much time to look into this because it was like what I think it happened at like 4 a.m. I don't know if that's when it actually happened, but that's when Sleeper Bot was like.
Oh, it's Sleeper Bot's like, I'm gonna let you know while you're sleeping, boy.
I woke up and thought there was like a transformer in my room.
I didn't even see it until you said something. So I think you believe that this is actually a downgrade for Mohamed Sanu.
I mean, I believe it can be a downgrade. I mean, you look at what Matt Ryan was. We were talking about like for a second. Is like he's been throwing for 300. Well, he got hurt, so I don't know if he threw for 300 yards last game. But every single game he's thrown for, 300 yards. He's been like a fantasy stud. And, I'm kind of looking at the target share with Atlanta versus New England. And the wide receiver targets in general are kind of higher. Julio Jones his target share is similar to what Edelman's is. I'm kind of going back and forth between these two right now. But I think it's a lateral move, but it could also be a downgrade move to where it's, where this Patriots defense is good. We were just talking about. I know they haven't played anybody really, but they've been shutting everyone out. It's still hard to shut NFL teams out the way they are doing it.
And when you're doing that, you end up running the ball a lot.
Yeah, I mean they can still give Sony Michel 20 carries for 14 yards every game.
Yeah, or Brandon Bolden.
Yeah, but it's like it's just the yardage that he was going in Atlanta, the target share. It's a similar situation. You could say Julian Edelman is Julio Jones in a sense. They don't really have a tight end, but they do throw to the running back a ton. Each game. I mean, last game there was 14 targets to the running back. The tight end had 6 targets last week, so it's not like Austin Hooper status. But there's kind of 4 wide receivers there versus where there's like 3 in a sense in Atlanta. So yeah. I just think the target share is going to be relatively the same, if not less. I mean, I know Josh Gordon's been out, but he's going to come back sooner than later, and it's going to take a second to get that playbook. Even if he plays this week, it might take him 2 weeks before he's fully like.
And they still have N'Keal Harry too that they just drafted.
Yeah, and then Dorsett was back last week. I mean, Jacoby Myers was involved. I think it's good for the Patriots. They're like, we need another body here because we're getting banged up and. Yeah,
it's like a depth move almost.
Yeah, and
he is. I think he still will be higher on the totem pole, but I do think it is just because, like you said, Josh Gordon's hurting himself.
Yeah, so it's like, and Mohamed Sanu played the slot a lot in Atlanta, and it's like that's Julian Edelman's role. So unless they're going Kingsbury with the 2, slot wide, he's going to be on the outside a little more.
I forgot that they have Julian Edelman too.
Yeah. So it's like his role was valued because he was in the slot. So that usually raises your catch percentage, your ability to get open. It's a little easier to get open in the slot, so you have a higher catch percentage, and your targets are more valuable from the slot. So now if he's outside, does that change his ability to get open on a consistent basis?
Right.
And then I know the Patriots playbook is sometimes a difficult thing for players to pick up. So to me, there's a few factors that kind of see this as like a downgrade. I would probably try and flip him because I think his perceived value is higher than his actual value will be.
I would say try and flip him within, like, say,
before the week.
You don't hit any of these waivers. Yeah. If you don't hit any of these waivers in the morning, definitely try and send some trades out for him going out.
Yeah, because I think his
not for him.
His perceived value will probably be higher than his real value. People will probably be like you might be able to trade him as like a wide receiver 2, 3, but in actual reality, his value is probably more wide receiver 3 flex, if that makes sense. So it's like you play it through our fantasy, and your house value went up. Flip it.
That's horny, dude.
Dude, it's super horny. And then I saw AP this morning. I know that he has 2 ankle sprains.
Both ankles.
His ankle really hurts.
His ankles hurt.
He has a grade 2, I think, low ankle sprain, and then a grade 1 high ankle sprain, or vice versa.
That's not horny.
That's not horny.
That's not horny one bit.
That's like just the head sticking out.
Ew.
It was not a flub.
Yeah, I think that's it for like important news.
Yeah. Okay.
Because some of the guys that got hurt, we'll touch on in the waiver wire.
Right.
So I'm just leaving them out. You know what I'm saying, dog?
Not that I'm saying.
You feel me, dog?
No, I'm saying. Yeah, I feel you. Let's start quarterbacks.
Those QBs.
Yeah, we'll start on the little quarterback action. Okay.
Little QB action.
Who is your number one quarterback to pick up this week?
There's a few guys I like if they're still there. I mean, Matthew Stafford, if he's still there, he has. I'm not chasing points to where it's like he just threw 5 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns, whatever it was last week, and had a good game. He just has another good matchup. He has 2 good matchups in a row. He plays the Giants and then the Raiders back to back. So he's someone you can kind of stream week to week. Kerryon Johnson is hurt. He's going to miss some time. So I think that just leads the offense to be in a little bit more of a pass-heavy offense.
Right.
I mean, he has the weapons in Marvin Jones and Kenny Golladay. He's had a couple of big games so far. And then the other one would be, I know
he's only 49% owned in ESPN.
Yeah, I picked him up on Friday.
That's pretty. That's a lot more than I thought.
I played him. Who's the other guy? The Kirk Cousins is going to be there in some leagues too. He's another guy I would look into. Like, just look deep into his eyes and stare into him. I think he actually has some pretty eyes. He's got blue eyes. Kirk Cousins, I think. But yeah, he'd be someone I'd be checking for. Those would probably be like my top 2 guys there because I think same thing with Kirk Cousins. He has 2 good matchups in a row back to back. So he's someone you could play.
I'm concerned that you just said that about Kirk Cousins.
This is what happens in the morning.
You still have that morning,
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So stupid. All right, for sure.
That would be my first. Those would be my first 2 options.
We just have like a couple of lists of random guys. I actually kind of like Sam Darnold. I think you can pick him up for like no fab. I think he just got destroyed because of the Patriots defense.
Destroy everybody.
Yeah, and I don't think he's a bad. I don't think he's a bad quarterback, and I think he gets to play the Dolphins twice.
Well, bro, don't disrespect my Dolphins.
Sorry. But yeah. How do you feel? Sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, I like Sam Darnold. We talked about it last week. Like, hey, pick him up, hold him. He's going to have. I mean, I thought he'd have an average week, but I didn't think it'd be great. I didn't think it'd be bad, but he might even get dropped after this week.
That's what I mean. Is like I think that he's like somebody that you can grab as a backup. Say your quarterback hasn't gone on by yet.
Yeah,
you can grab Sam Darnold. I like that. What about like Jacoby Brissett?
I mean, Jacoby Brissett, he's kind of just been that like, he's just been that safe kind of quarterback play.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking with you in the kitchen. I was like, dude, the Colts low key have beat the Chiefs and they beat
the Texans.
And I'm like, those 2, like outside of the Patriots, those are probably the 2 best AFC teams as far as like favorites outside of the Patriots, and they beat them both.
Which is funny because he put up the least amount against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I know.
Kind of weird, but yeah, I like it.
He's just been pretty consistent. I mean, I'm trying to pull up his numbers.
There's
right
definitely
now.
where, yeah, it's like 16, 16, 22, 26, 10.
Yeah,
20.
He's been like Gardner
27.
Minshew-esque, where we talked about where like he hasn't necessarily like won you a week. I mean, this was his best week to date. He had 326 and 4. Every game except for that Chiefs game, 2 touchdowns, like at least.
Yeah.
And he does offer like a little bit of light rushing upside. I believe he ran a touchdown against the Chiefs. That was his only touchdown, just no passing touchdowns. But yeah, I mean, there's been 2 touchdowns every week with Brissett. So, he plays Denver next week, who's a tough matchup though, and Pittsburgh. He's probably someone you look at down the schedule. Week 10, he's got Miami. Week 11, Jacksonville, and then Houston. He's kind of got a little bit of a better stretch of week 10 through 12. I'd probably try and go somewhere else if I'm streaming this week. Like, I think Sam Darnold has a decent matchup. I know he had a bad week, but he's someone I'd probably be starting over Jacoby Brissett just off ahead.
Right. Yeah, I'm not mad at that pickup. He's also 49% rostered. So if he's out there, you could pick him up as a backup.
Yeah, he's someone. If you have some depth, you can stash and hold. Let's see. Let's go to their quarterbacks.
I wouldn't be looking at like maybe Mason Rudolph for this week, but
I mean, you've watched more of their games than I have. I mean, he's been pretty below
he's
average.
Getting well here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is I don't even want to spend too much time on him. He would not be somebody I would be looking towards. Maybe like I would be looking more. Would you like Kyle Allen or Danny Dimes?
I mean, the Dallas secondary showed up last week for once against Carson Wentz. Who'd you say? Danny Dimes or who?
Kyle Allen. Or you believe that what's his name's coming back?
I mean, I don't know if I like any of those options this week. And I think they've already said that Kyle Allen's starting this week. That Cam Newton still has some work to do
against San Francisco. Yeah, I'll be fading on Kyle Allen. Yeah,
in quotations. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably pick up someone like Gardner Minshew against the Texans.
Yeah, I think these quarterbacks we're looking at is like streaming options.
Yeah.
For the week. So yeah, I would be not looking towards Kyle Allen.
Yeah, I mean, Sam Darnold plays Miami, so he's someone you can definitely play this week.
No.
Oh no, I'm saying like I'm just looking at quarterbacks.
In the future. Yeah. Because I was gonna say Pittsburgh plays.
I'm in week 9.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was like, wait, I'm like 1 week ahead.
Yeah. What about Teddy Bridgewater? How do you feel? Teddy Bridgewater, dude, I think
they're on a bye this week. I think that was the last week you probably see a Bridgewater. He might have one more game.
Breeze coming back?
Yeah.
No, they're not on bye this week.
They're on bye next week. Jesus phone.
They're playing Arizona. I like Teddy Bridgewater, especially against Arizona.
Yeah, I don't hate him. I'd start him over Mason Rudolph if he was there for sure.
For sure. Yeah, week 9.
I was like, I'm on week 9 still.
Jesus. Yeah, those are some little quarterback options that we have available for you. Yeah, if Kirk Cousins is there, I like it. It's like that 1 week they said he's not throwing the ball enough or not, and then all of a sudden he's throwing like 300-yard games ever since.
Yeah, he's got Washington this week, and then he plays the Chiefs the week after. So some two pretty good like matchups for Kirk Cousins.
Kyle Rudolph was sitting there like, give me the ball. And he's like,
fuck you get. There you go, kid. Fuck you get.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's what happened. Maybe him and Kyle Rudolph got into a beef and he just was like, you and the whole receiving core aren't getting the ball.
Fuck you get. Fuck you get. I know Ryan Tannehill's a name. I'm sure Tyler would want to pick him up. He's a little bit more of a Ryan Tannehill homer than that, but he did play pretty well last week. He's got a tough matchup this week against Carolina's defense. They've been shutting a lot of quarterbacks down.
Yeah.
He had a good week last week. He wouldn't be someone but he's a streaming quarterback if you're on a certain week-to-week matchup.
Sure.
But I mean, I guess we can wait and hold off and touch on the receivers. But it's nice to see him bring some players to life, and he could sustain some value for some of the receivers going forward. I like him better for the receivers than I like him as the actual quarterback.
Yeah.
I think what kind of quarterbacks where it's like I need to see, especially when you come in, it's like I need to see 2 weeks strung together before I can just trust like, okay, this guy is gonna put up this amount of points. I mean, you look Kyle Allen, like week 1, bam, and then week 2 is like, and then week 3 is like, and then it's like he has, and then Danny Dimes, it's like he had a good week, and then it was down, and then it was down, then it was up. It's like until these quarterbacks can string together, like now that the defense has tape on them. After a first week, it's like, okay, what do they do for a second week or in a tough matchup? It's like I just have a hard time like playing quarterbacks after 1 week now, just because I've picked them up, I've played them in a good matchup after they've even like had success the first week, and they've disappointed more than they've like the percentage of games they've put up that are good games versus bad games has been more in the bad game category.
Yeah, they're not any type of consistent guy.
Like even Mason,
it's hard to read what they're gonna play. That's why I kind of don't like streaming quarterbacks.
Yeah,
I like to have my set and forget it. But
yeah.
There's a couple leagues where I have one quarterback, so I dropped Josh Allen and I didn't get him back up. That kind of sucks.
Sometimes you have to. But yeah, I mean, even Mason Rudolph to that point, he came in when Big Ben got hurt, and he had a pretty good he went for like 180 and 2 touchdowns and a half, right?
Yeah.
And then the next game it was no good.
And he got hurt.
Yeah.
So Devlin Hodges was starting.
Well, he got hurt the third game. He played a full game and it wasn't good.
Not too good.
I was just saying, like,
I never thought I would miss Big Ben this much. Let's just say that.
I didn't think, yeah. Even I miss Big Ben. I have Juju, and I'm like,
you're like, dude, it really is. I really think even in that week 1, there was something wrong with his elbow. I think Tyler's right. I think there was something wrong going into that game because the whole game he's like holding it. So,
or maybe he heard it like on one of like the first plays, and then he just.
I think I think he had it beforehand. Like I said, I remember I told you before in that interview. He was like, "Oh, what do you do in the off season?" He's like, "Nothing."
Drink beers.
He's like,
shoot elk. I don't know, it doesn't sound country, but.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't sound anything like Big Ben.
Maybe Amari Cooper. I think Amari Cooper has a country accent. I don't know because he never speaks, so who knows? Quarterback wise, I think we've any other names. I feel like the rest of them are just kind of streaming.
Yeah, just streaming options, I guess, for those rest of them. So yeah,
no. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't pick up someone like Fitzpatrick and stream him because he can get benched any game. Like if the Dolphins struggle, they'll pull him and put Rose in. It's like I don't want to ever start a Dolphins quarterback,
right?
And it's the worst offense in the league.
Well, dude, if they keep playing Ryan Fitzpatrick, they might win a game. That dude really is magic.
Do you believe in magic?
He really is.
Yeah.
They might fuck up. Might lose that number 1.
Nope. Did you see us?
Bengals are giving you a run for their money.
Did you see us? We had a chance to win the game. They were like, "Hey, Drake."
Bengals haven't had their bye yet.
Drop this.
They're 0-7.
We play each other.
I know.
It's gonna be the battle for the last pick. Hopefully, AJ Green's back.
Well, you guys played the Redskins. Have you ever seen that? Have you seen that meme where?
Already.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But have you seen that meme when it was like, it was a picture of a guy with a gun pointing it at like 2 guys, and they were both like this, holding their hands up.
This could be us.
And then they put the Miami logo on the guy with the gun, and then they put Redskins and fucking Bengals logos on the other things because they're like, that's our fucking pick.
Don't you dare try and lose this game.
You guys are for sure tanking so hard. It's crazy.
Yeah, we are.
Anyways,
I'm not mad at it.
You want to continue to?
Pass the wire. Pass the wire.
Let's talk about some running backs.
I don't know about the sugar shit, eh? Yeah, let's get running backs. I'd say the number 1 would be if he's still there. Looks like he's available in about half leagues. Would be Chase Edmonds.
Of course.
I think if you're David Johnson, if you have David Johnson, you got to spend some fob, to make sure you have this guy. I know David Johnson went out there. The ankle didn't feel right. I don't know if it was because there was rain involved too, but he played like 1 or 2 snaps and then he was out. So if you started David Johnson, it sucks.
Well, I think what happened was they had their 3rd string was injured, so that I think they put David Johnson as active just in case, as like a depth move. But I don't think they were ever intending on playing him.
Well, they put him out the first few snaps.
Really?
His ankle just didn't feel right. And then what I read is like Chase Edmonds was basically like, "Hey, like we need you next week. Like I got this." He's like, "Hold my beer."
God, and then he's sitting there with Larry Fitzgerald hyping him up.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I have Chase Edmonds in 2 leagues, so I'm not completely upset. But there is, some. I was at a point where I had Chase Edmonds and Malcolm Brown, dropped Chase Edmonds, and I have Malcolm Brown just sitting there.
Yeah,
for no fucking reason.
I mean, low key, Chase Edmonds has looked.
He looks
better as a runner than David Johnson has all year. It hasn't just been one game. It's been like all year he looks better.
Yeah, he does look good.
He might just be. It could come down to running style, and the offensive line isn't good. It just seems like he's quicker to hit the holes and make explosive plays.
He's relatively smaller, isn't he? I'm pretty sure he does remind me.
Let me text him and ask him.
Yeah,
he's 5'9", 205. So he's not big. He's not small, but he's not big.
He's definitely not big. I mean, it's so crazy when I see people.
Here's my thing is like I feel like that weight sometimes is like. Okay, like I weigh.
He's quick. He reminds me of Tariq Cohen.
I weigh like 165, and there's people who weigh 165, but they're like their body's just more like I don't want to say normalish, but I'm not trying to sound cocky or anything, but it's like my 165 of weight, muscle mass, and all that is different than someone else who's 165.
Sure.
They could be lean, or they might just have like muscle and fat. So at 205, it's like, you know, he could have a very like strong like base core. He could be very well balanced. Huge dick, and maybe that's 10 pounds, bro. I mean, I don't know.
Just slinging his hammer, just knocking
people
out.
Oh, concussion.
Yeah, no, Chase Edmonds looks really good. I think he's definitely. I mean, we don't have to really blow it out of proportion, but definitely top running back pickup. Even besides the ankle, David Johnson was having some back issues.
Yeah, he's been having issues all year. It's like you gotta have him.
It seems as though David Johnson's just kind of beat up.
Yeah, I wouldn't blow your whole fab for him. Like, don't go out and spend everything because it's. I mean, David Johnson was out there this week. He was ready to play-ish in a sense. Like, he could have played if they needed him to, you could say. So it's like, you know, he might not even be the starter this week going forward. But he's someone who's very valuable to have. And I think, like, you know, Tyler was in a pinch where it was like, do I start Wendell Smallwood? Like, I think if you're in situations like with bye weeks, like, Chase Edmonds, even with David Johnson, is someone you can probably, like, flex play in a, you know, in a situation.
Yeah, I like it. I like Chase Edmonds. I'm glad I have him in a couple leagues.
I like it.
All right, let's continue to.
Bet the wire.
Okay.
Ty Johnson? T.Y. Johnson?
Yeah, I think that's my number 2 also. Ty Johnson. I think it's Ty Johnson. There's no dots in between them.
Yeah, there's no dots in between them.
Okay. Yeah, so Kerryon Johnson. What's the official injury?
It's a knee injury.
Yikes.
It says he's considered week to weeks and he's gonna miss some time. So
I would say he's probably at least 2 to 3 weeks out.
I don't know. It's considered week to week, but yeah, I'd say that's right.
If I had to guess, if I had to throw a thing at it, so that's why I think that's why I put Ty Johnson. Dude,
it was not a flub.
That's why I put it in my head.
Yeah, it just remains to be seen if he'll be like. So Kerryon was getting a high volume, like touch percentage. Like he was getting 15 to 18 carries. He was probably in the snap percentage, probably in the 70 range. The only thing with him is I don't know because he's not a very big back, I believe. If you want to look that up, I'm going to some stats right now.
Well, they do have J.D. McKissick, kind of the scat back guy. There, and this is my thing, is that I think that he's 5'10", 209, so he's almost
209.99.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Jesus,
fuck.
what the fuck?
That's a retarded set. Anyways,
what scale do they have to weigh that at 209.99?
Maybe it's like, you know, they like went from like metric to whatever the other one is. No, I could see a situation though where because they don't have Ty Johnson. I mean, the Lions usually don't use a running back. This is the first time they've done it in a while.
Well, it's a new coaching scheme.
Right. But I'm just saying is that I could see them, because they're not used to Ty Johnson being out there, using kind of like a scat back. But I do think that he's kind of getting cute and doing weird plays, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it.
But I do still have him as number 2. I think that it's not a bad if you don't. I don't mind throwing like $1 on J.D. McKissick or trying to pick him up if someone grabs Ty Johnson, or if Ty Johnson's not there. He's pretty available though, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that. Especially
he's only 4% owned in Yahoo leagues, which is
especially in a PPR format. He could be someone who has some like PPR type of value. Yeah, like you said, throw like $1 or $2 on him. Don't spend a lot of money on him. My only worry with Ty Johnson is like Kerryon Johnson was good because he made a couple of big plays, but as far as like red zone usage to the Lions, like I don't know if he's going to be the goal line back. I mean, he should be. They've just thrown the ball a lot more in the red zone than they've ran it. So I feel like his touchdown upside is kind of limited. I would just I think he's going to be a flex play type of pickup. I don't think, because Kerryon was like an RB2. And I don't think he's going to be what Kerryon was. So he's kind of a flex pay back. So I would spend some money because I think he has a couple weeks of value. But kind of going back to what I said about chasing, I'm not blowing, like if I have $80 out of 100, I'm not blowing $50 on Ty Johnson.
right.
I might put in like a, $15 to $20 bid in a sense of with that. That's kind of where I'm putting at with that.
Sure. Let's see. Next. Okay, you want to talk about?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else?
My computer's freezing up for a second.
No, you're good. I like this. I like Benny Snell this week.
I was looking at players. I was like, he's gonna go straight to Benny Snell.
I know. I do like Benny Snell. I mean, you're playing against Miami. They're probably going to be ahead running the ball. Jalen Samuels is doubtful, but we'll really pay attention to the participation throughout the practice this week because I don't see Benny Snell doing much if Jalen Samuels active.
Yeah, he was partially. It just came literally. I'm on Roto World. It just popped up 5 minutes ago. He was practicing and partially today. Jalen Samuels.
Yeah, so if that continues, maybe fade Benny Snell. I have him on a team. I'm gonna see. I'm not gonna drop him yet.
Sorry, I was looking at Sleeper Bot because there's an update on Sleeper Bot, and it's like Adam Thielen has a chance to play. It's like, yeah, no fucking doubt he has a chance to play. It's just like, yeah. Sorry, it was just like the way
some of those updates. It's like, okay, dude, this is too much. This is like, I don't need this one.
Yeah.
What's up, blood?
Watch out for the wall. The object that doesn't move.
Dude, I fucking hit that thing all the time.
Make sure you don't hit it.
We have a styrofoam wall in our podcast room.
Yeah.
Because this is actually in our professional studio.
Yeah, professional studio. If you guys want to book a recording with Mike.
Looky, dude. Come on down.
Who were we talking about? Benny Snell? Yeah, I don't hate it.
Yeah, just pay attention if Jalen Samuels is going to play Benny Snell. I think he still will be kind of involved, but not really.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're in a deeper league, this is deep. Mark Walton's someone you could roster in a deeper league.
Yeah.
It seems like the Dolphins are kind of giving him somewhat of a, well, I guess you could say addition.
Yeah.
He had 14 carries last week against Buffalo, 6-something yards. I think he only had one reception, so he hasn't done much in the receiving game. I know he had one catch last week, but I think that's going to kind of stay Drake's role as they try and stay competitive somewhat. But I mean, someone is a deeper name to know. I mean, the Dolphins aren't going to score many touchdowns, so I don't like him this week against Pittsburgh's defense. So, but just a deeper name to kind of know if you need like a running back in like a deeper league.
Oh, Mark Walton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Darrell Henderson is another name where you could roster in deeper leagues. Malcolm Brown's been hurt. Rod Gurley. Todd Gurley has been, banged up with thigh issue, knee issue.
He's got everything, dude. That guy's dead to me.
He got issues, eh?
He's got issues all up in his fucking tissues, fool.
Yeah, and he had 11 carries last week. So it's like he did get some work. So I think if something happened over to Gurley and Malcolm Brown's been, he was doubtful last week, didn't play. Just kind of another deep name where it's like we have like a 7-man bench in one league and like we have 2 flexes, so it's kind of a deeper one. He was someone I picked up with like I think I had what's the other Pittsburgh receiver? I forget. Deontay Johnson, right?
Yeah,
Deontay. I dropped Deontay. I was like I'm never gonna start him over my receivers. So
yeah.
It was like if Todd Gurley and Malcolm Brown are out though, I could flex Darrell Henderson this week. So it was like that's kind of where it was like, you know what, I'm not gonna play someone like that, so might as well pick up someone with upside.
Yeah. Well,
you win some and you lose some.
Hey, you put one foot in front of the other. What can you do?
Yeah, I think that's it for the main portion of the running backs.
Yeah, I mean, there's some other names in here. Tampa Bay running backs.
Yeah, if Ronald Jones was dropped, he's someone you can roster.
Yeah, I mean, but for me, I'm not trying to. Just know the difference between Benny Snell and the other two, Chase Edmonds and Ty Johnson we talked about. Benny Snell is like the second, so it's not like he's getting a full workload like the other guys. Just know that if he ends up playing, or ends up being if Jalen Samuels doesn't play. Let's go to the wide receivers. Yeah, let's get wide with our receivers, fool. Let's continue to.
The wire, pass the wire.
What you do, my dog, eh?
So, who's your number one guy to pick up this week? This is kind of. I'm looking at some of these names, and
it probably
nothing screams like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna grab this guy.
It'd probably be either Kenny Stills first, or one of the.
With Will Fuller being out.
Yeah, or one of the Titans, depending on who you personally think is going to be the better of the two.
AJ Brown.
It depends who. Like I said, some people might like AJ Brown better. Some people might like Corey Davis. I think the book is still yet to be written. For this
story,
season. Yeah. The story is yet to be written with this.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, if you look at, I know like Corey Davis did have the better game. He was on the field for more snaps. I think I kind of would lead AJ Brown personally. I guess we could just talk about these two guys fast before we get into Kenny Stills since we already started.
Yeah.
I kind of like AJ Brown better, but if you go with like the touchdown, the yardage was a little higher, the snap percentage was a little higher. It was all kind of there for Corey Davis. So, like I said, I mean, Tannehill, I don't think he's someone I'm picking up and playing, but what I think he does is he might give these receivers one or two just value going forward.
I think I kind of like Corey Davis just because I think Corey Davis's big problem is that he had Marcus Mariota throwing on the ball. Mariota's not that bad, but he's not that good either. I think
he's definitely not that good.
I think that Tannehill,
he might be that bad.
Yeah. I mean, he just kind of lost his starting role, so since Tannehill's in there, I like Corey Davis a little bit more. I think that he actually gets the opportunity to show what he's got. Show us what you got, dude.
Dude, show us those fucking moves, Corey.
Yeah, just calling him Corey. What's up, Corey?
What's up, Corey? Show us those moves, bro.
Fuck it, send it in.
All right, body's starting to catch up with the brain.
Yeah, there you go. We're fucking on it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's like you like Corey Davis a little better. I like AJ Brown a little bit better. One of us is right. I don't fucking know, honestly. Like, I wouldn't beer bet money, bet nothing on it because it's like it could go either way. So it's
I mean, if I gun to my head, I would say Corey Davis, but
because it's like I would say AJ Brown just due to a little bit of the upside, but Corey Davis is an explosive player too, so you can't knock his upside as well. So, it's like coin toss. The snaps were there for Corey Davis, the targets, the red zone targets. So stuff was more on his side of the court, if you want. I was trying to think of something to like.
So I'm just trying to move us over to the not the Titans. Jesus, what am I thinking?
See, if I'm playing Fab, I'd probably put in the same amount of Fab for these guys, and then I wouldn't want to roster both. I'd put the priority of like so it's like
do it for the same, drop the same guy for the same.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do it for the same guy, but put the one you want in ahead of priority wise. Like if you're gonna waste a waiver, if you're gonna bet Fab and you're gonna put Fab down. If you're gonna put $15 down, put it both. Drop the same player, but put the one you want down first.
Right.
That's how I would probably do it because I wouldn't be mad if I got either or of them.
Yeah. So with the Texans side of the Will Fuller's out, so there's obviously some targets there.
Yeah, he's just another guy who just can't seem to stay healthy, unfortunately.
Yeah. So with that being said, what do you do? Are you going? You like Kenny Stills or what? Because you still got Kiki Cutie there too.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can grab both of them. It just seemed that the snap percentage last week was Kenny Stills was Will Fuller snap percentage wise. And you look at the target, that's the style of targets. I hate to say like a player comes in and fill a role because I don't think it's like if me and you were like, right, like you're like I say I'm playing, I get hurt, you come in and fill my role. We're different types of players, people, no matter what. Even if we're the same type of player, we're still different in our own rights. There's things you can do that I can't do,
right.
Vice versa. So I hate to say, they're going to fill the certain sort of role because they might not be as good at it or they might just be different. But I mean, they're very comparable in their styles of play. Low catch guys, big play guys. I mean, Kenny Stills had 105 yards on, 4 catches for 5 targets last week. So he is a Will Fuller type of play. And I think Will Fuller is supposed to be out.
They both had the 5 targets. So
Will Fuller's supposed to be out for quite some time, I think.
I think Kenny Stills is more owned. Actually, that might not even be
than
right.
Kiki Cutie? I don't know. I think Cuties might be more owned.
I was just going off of... they're about the same, both 15%.
15%.
So 75% available.
Yeah.
If you're in a wide receiver, I'm in a 3 wide receiver league. I'm gonna pinch. I might pick up one of these guys.
Yeah. I mean, I think Kiki Cutie's a little bit of like the PPR guy. He's gonna get pricey more the underneath targets. You saw him have a 10 catch game in the playoffs. I don't think Kenny Stills is gonna have any 10 catch games, but Kenny Stills is that more of that touchdown. Boom or bust type of play.
Right.
He's what Will Fuller was. Will Fuller was boom or bust. It's like So it's like that's who Kenny Stills is. You're basically just take Will Fuller and start him like he's Kenny Stills.
Yeah.
Start Kenny Stills like he's Will Fuller.
Yeah. Not mad at it though. Like it. I like it. Okay,
And he's tied to Deshaun Watson, so you can't be mad at that. Both of them are tied to Deshaun Watson, so you can't be mad at that. You can't be mad at that.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. Don't you know he's the Michael Jordan of the NFL? That's what his college coach said. The Clemson, what's his name?
I'd say two other names we could bring up is Deontay Johnson and Philip Dorsett. Ish. I know with this new trade, I don't know. It makes me hesitant to pick up Philip Dorsett with that trade now because you still have Josh Gordon in the wings coming back with the injury. I think he's kind of pushed to the 4 side. He's probably someone.
I'm not going towards that.
Yeah, he was more on the list before the trade this morning, so it's kind of like I think he's someone that now that there's a trade, he's. If Sanu's there, pick him up. I mean, he's someone like I said you could probably pick up and trade, or he's someone to go after and get if he's on the waiver because I know he's going to be there in some leagues.
But how do you feel about Pascal? Zach Pascal for the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, he had 7 targets, which is not like a crazy amount, but I mean, that's 2 more targets than it seems as though he does stuff with his targets. And I think I ended up picking him up during on week 2 or 3.
Yeah, he's someone I mean, maybe in the right matchups. Yeah.
He's not when he gets targets, he does stuff with it.
Yeah, I mean, he's had 2 games of 7 targets. When he's had those 7 targets, he's put up some points. The other games, though, 3 targets, 2 targets. I think you need those games where Brissett's going to throw. When they play Houston again, or he's kind of a matchup plug and play because when they're winning, they're going to run the ball. So when it's a game where they should dominate, they're going to run the ball, and he's not going to see a high target volume. But if it's a game like it looks, Houston was a game script where they would throw the ball a lot. You can maybe start him there, but a deeper play.
I wouldn't mind playing him this week against Denver.
Yeah, he's someone I'm probably not rostering. Actually, I wouldn't like him against Denver. I mean, they have 2 good corners. I think they've been like the toughest pass defense.
All right, how about this? Wait 2 weeks, then pick up Pascal.
Yeah.
When he plays the Dolphins.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. You can start him.
Well, even then, yeah.
They might run the ball 500 times against us.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. In a deeper league, I guess that's a good.
Yeah, a deeper league. He's a deeper option for sure.
How do you feel about? I still like Auden Tate.
Yeah, no, I still like Auden Tate too. It looks like AJ Green. I don't know if he's ever going to come play for the Bengals.
He's not. They're 0-7, dude. What the fuck is the point of him coming out there?
Yeah. I feel like Auden Tate's pretty owned though. I haven't seen him in any of my leagues.
Yeah.
What's his? Are you seeing his owner's percentage?
I'll pull it over real fast.
I mean, he's owned. Dude,
37% owned.
That's it?
In the Yahoo leagues.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pick him up if he's there.
Pick him up.
I know Alex Ickerson had the big game last week, but I think that was just...
That doesn't seem like something that's going to happen.
I think that was just a fluke, yeah. It's a fluke.
I was really hoping AJ Green would go to the Patriots, but,
I was hoping Emmanuel Sanders, but it's just...
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
I think...
You're going to get a guy named Muhammad, dude?
Yeah, dude. You're not even going to go after O.J. Howard?
I know, faggle.
I guess they got shut down for they called and asked about O.J. Howard, and they were like, no, we need him to block.
Yeah, they said, we're not, didn't they say that? We're not trading him.
Yeah.
Sick.
Patriots like, are you sure?
Ben Watson got more involved. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about tight ends right now.
Unless it's your tight end.
I'll tighten your end.
Hey.
I'll tighten that end, dude.
All right, we got...
Who else do you want to talk about? We got...
we talked about QQD. We talked about Blizzard.
What about McCole Hardman?
Yeah.
Now that Matt Moore is there, a little sketchy.
Yeah, he's someone who was going to be boom or bust with Tyreek Hill back. Nah. It's been literally 1 or 2 plays a game where it's just so he's hitting those home runs, but when he doesn't hit those home runs, it's 1 point. It's two on the spectrum of boom or bust. And it's even when he booms, it's not it hasn't been huge because it's 1 play for 60 yards and a touchdown. So it's you're getting 12, 13. So it's the risk for a 13-point game versus a 1-point game for me is not even
versus you could end up picking up a Pascal that will get maybe catch 5 for 7.
Yeah, or go five for 80 or plus 100
in
or
a
1.
PPR league. Yeah,
Sure. It's just he's 2 on the spectrum of like, am I gonna get 1 or like 13? But it's like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like to play without Patrick Mahomes either.
Yeah, me too.
Could he make me look stupid? Yeah, but could he also make me look like smart because he goes and gets 1 catch for 9 yards? Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm right there with you, dude.
Dude, we're in the same spectrum right now.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are deeper ads. I don't mind Cole Beasley still.
Yeah, the Beasles, he's a safe PPR guy.
Yeah.
He's had a touchdown last week.
Yeah, dude was looking horny. 6 targets.
If John Brown's there in some of your fucking, because we keep saying it every week apparently, if he's there in some of those leagues, grab him.
So it's funny, Geronimo and Marquise Valdez-Scantling both played.
Yeah.
So
and then
that's
Aaron
just
Rodgers
fantasy for
like,
you. And then
he went full nuclear. I think that's probably it on my receivers.
Geronimo, did you see Geronimo ran out of bounds on that touchdown? I was pretty upset about it.
I was like,
that's pretty upset.
Sorry, dude.
You know what I told him? I was like, hey, Kyle, fuck him up.
Fuck him up.
And then Geronimo laid him out.
All right, so we go on those tight ends, boy.
Yeah, let's
Pass the wire. Pass the wire.
Let's do it.
Pad the wire. The number one ad if he is there, it looks like he's 70% of it or rostered, so he is some. And Gerald Everett, I mean, he's.
I agree.
He basically pretty much had almost 4 good weeks. He had a bad week last week, but we said like if he had that 50-yard touchdown, he would have had 4 weeks in a row where he's been a top 10 tight end play, and you would think he was like 50 plus and a touchdown this week. So I know that's a top 10 tight end play, but Rams just seem to be getting him involved. After 4 weeks, you can't ignore it. So if he's there, pick him up.
What about Chris Herndon?
Herndon, he might not be a bad play this week against Miami.
They're not playing Miami. Pittsburgh is playing Miami. 2 weeks.
It's still on that.
Jesus. I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's like the 4th time you've done that. All right.
You know what, dude?
I bet he is playing. They're playing Jacksonville. I don't mind. I have
my
Chris Herndon.
My phone's still on week 9.
It won't fucking change it. God damn it. But how do you feel about guys like Dallas Goedert? I don't think his target share is high enough. But it is so sketch in the tight end spectrum.
I think he's gonna be a good dynasty tight end. I think he's
it's just that, dude, tight ends are so fucking rough right now. I don't even mind that.
Yeah, I mean he's still getting some targets. Let me look at his weekly target share.
He's gotten 3, 1, 3, 3, 8, 4. But he's catching most of everything. He's missed 1, missed 3, didn't miss any.
So Duke can catch.
Straight up horny, dude.
That's super. It's
obviously you got Zach Ertz there, but they've been hurting at receiver. So
I mean, someone where it's like, if anything does happen to Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert's probably a top 8 tight end. If something happens to Zach Ertz injury wise, so he's kind of like a weird, like not weird, but it's like he's like a handcuff tight end.
Tight end handcuff.
Yeah, which is weird to say, but there's only a few of those, but he is one of them.
You're gonna run a 2 tight end set. Both of you gonna catch the ball at the same time. Double stats.
They just both in the end zone.
Yeah.
Touchdown both of you, 12 points.
Yeah. What would you do? What if I held the ball with one hand and then you held it with the other?
Yeah, and they're just at the same exact
time.
time.
We just ran down the field.
And both our feet were still. We're just.
Both jumped in the air in the end zone.
You're like, and what if that's like how people won or lost their week? Who's the touchdown going to go to? Zach Ertz or Dallas Goedert?
I don't think I snapped. Damn it.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Tight ends are so rough.
It's almost like I hate talking about tight ends
because it's just it's like what am I going to tell you?
I know some leagues have they've dropped tight end and made it like a wide receiver tight end flex.
Really?
So it's like you can still play a tight end. Like you can still play George Kittle in the flex, and you can still play these some of these tight ends. If you want to play Mark Andrews, you still can.
Yeah.
But some leagues have made it to where you don't have to start a tight end anymore.
Yeah, because it is frustrating. I mean, you're looking at guys like Ben Watson or Noah Fant.
Yeah, Noah Kant.
Noah Kant. Not Kyle Rudolph.
Mike Gesicki, Dawson Knox.
Best the wire.
Oh, I thought I had the other one ready.
Like you get.
Yeah, because I'm not playing Kyle Rudolph. He did get a touchdown this week, I think. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Maybe
and not putting up 16 points.
Maybe it's because he's white, just like Adam Thielen. So Kirk Cousins thought it was Adam Thielen. He's like, oh, the white boy's open.
Yeah, but Kyle Rudolph ginger as hell.
Is he
He's got a red ass fucking dome piece, dude.
Is he Andy Dalton?
Nigga red as hell.
Look Kyle who's the other tight ends we got in there?
No, can't. Dawson Knox, maybe.
Yeah, he's kind of... I don't think he's a redhead.
I'm pretty sure Kyle Rudolph is redhead. Look him up.
Yeah. He is a redhead.
Yeah, thank you. Dude, his last name is Rudolph. Like the
redhead ranger?
Redheaded tight end. Yeah, he's redhead.
He's a redhead for sure.
Yeah, right there. Look at that, dude. Fucking serious? Look at this.
Well, there was the one picture where he has like his hair like just like all like...
If he grew his hair out, he'd be a fucking Viking. And I'm really clicking through these, huh?
I mean, tight end's
This is great for audio listeners, huh?
Tight end's pretty ugly. I think it's more we might have to talk about some of these guys in the matchups as a streamer. It's not like there's like a long-term tight end guy you're looking at, really. God, tight end sucks.
The only one is Chris. I do like Chris Herndon. That's the only one.
Yeah, if he's there, he's someone guy who could be a long-term option. I know Jonnu Smith had a decent game last week. Maybe
pick up Darren Fells if you're in a spot. He did okay this past week.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Tight end's kind of...
Actually, no, he didn't. Put up like 5 points.
But he's like someone you can play week to week.
He's had 7 targets previously.
I mean, maybe his targets go up with Will Fuller going out. Maybe he sees a few more targets. So, I mean, someone I still don't mind playing in a sense in good matchups.
Yeah. Darren Fells, send it.
No flub. Do you got any other tight ends you could think of?
Fuck it, send it in.
Nope.
Next. All right, now we get on to them defenses, boy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Defense. All right, the number one defensive ad art there would be
the Patriots.
The New York Jets. They play the Dolphins this week.
You're doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I'm doing it on purpose to be the other team that plays the Dolphins, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, if a Steelers there, grab them.
I would grab the Steelers defense just to have.
In general, yeah.
Yeah.
I like him too. I know me and Tyler got him in FFPC. I have him in one league. I don't like rostering 2 defenses, but I picked them up because they were there, and I was like, they get to play Miami next week. So it's a high score league too. So I'm like, they could give me the high score by getting 50 next week against Miami.
Yeah, I like it.
You get the Seattle Seahawks would be another good option against. They play the Falcons, and Matt Ryan. I don't know his status as of right now, but it doesn't look like he's gonna play as of this week. Early on reports are like he's not going to play, but he still could. So, but the offensive line is terrible. The backup, who's the backup? Who came in? Was it Matt Schaub?
Who?
I'm kidding. Who was the backup for the Falcons?
Fuck. I don't know.
Who was it? I don't know why I can't think.
I'll pull it up.
But yeah, they're playing it's in Atlanta, and they're playing a backup quarterback more than likely. So,
what defense is that?
The Seahawks this week.
Ooh, that's horny, dude.
Which are horny. But who is the backup? Yeah, Matt Schaub. I mean, he was 6 for 6 with a touchdown. So maybe I shouldn't discredit him.
They're just like, let's get another Matt in there.
Yeah.
It's been working.
I mean, I guess speaking on the Falcons side real quick for a second, if you have Calvin Ridley, the Mohamed Sanu trade, that does help Calvin Ridley out. Because those receiver targets now are, I mean, it's kind of going to be more Julio and Calvin versus where Mohamed Sanu would have games where, you know, he would see 8 targets and Ridley would see 4. I think it does help Ridley maybe be a little consistent going forward. But we got to wait on Matt Ryan's status for this week. But yeah, the Seahawks defense, they get to play the Falcons this week.
That's horny, dude.
Try to look at some other good defenses. Let's see.
Dude, defense has been kind of rough streaming, to be honest.
Yeah.
because I feel like last year I did pretty good with it, and this year it does not feel as though I am doing very good with streaming defenses. You said you like the Jets defense?
I was kidding.
Playing Jacksonville.
No. I'd probably find better options. I don't hate it.
Detroit against the Giants.
Against the Giants?
It's not bad.
I'd rather start Detroit against the Giants than I would the Jets against Jacksonville.
Yeah.
If we're like looking on the streaming side.
Colts against Denver.
Yeah, so that was another one I was looking at too. That might not be a bad matchup. It's in Indianapolis. You know, they play the Broncos, Flacco. Team kind of seems to be falling apart for this, you know, for the most part. They could trade Manny Sanders this week, so they could lose another offensive weapon. I know he's a name that's been floating around a lot to teams like the Niners, the Packers. It was the Patriots was another team. So he's someone that if he goes, that can make that defensive play a little better too. So I'm trying to look at some things. I don't mind the Saints against the Cardinals if they're there. I don't think they're too available, but you know, it is at home. Arizona's line. Tennessee against the Buccaneers. I wouldn't mind. Jameis is either 5 interceptions or 5 touchdowns. So
yeah, so just know it could be negative points or a lot of points.
Yeah, they're like that. But
I really do think that Jameis Winston bets against his own team, and I think it's week to week. He's like, all right, I'm gonna fuck this game up, and then the line's gonna move, and then he bets. And then he goes out and wins. It's like he's like a god, and he just knows how to win and how to lose. Like
he's a god. He doesn't
no, I think so. I really do think that he throws games.
Jameis is I am God.
You can't say that he doesn't throw. Like he does fuck up the entire game, right? He throws 5 interceptions a game, and I'm pretty sure he's done that more than once.
Yeah, he's
or close.
Or close, at least 4.
Yeah. So, dude, like I really do think that he'll bet against his team.
He's like wearing a hat in the sports book. He's like, here's $500K. Like, sir, we need an ID. No, you can't have that. Sir, we need to see your ID. It says your name is Jameis Winston. No, do you see this hat? I'm not Jameis Winston,
dude.
Why would I bet against the team I play for, dude? What the fuck's wrong with you? Can I speak to your manager?
No, dude, he for sure does it. He obviously would pay somebody to do it, Anthony.
Maybe
Silly
he pays
boy.
me, but I have to make the story up so that it's not obvious.
And now we're talking about it to also throw off the trail to make sure that people don't know.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm looking at. I don't think that's kind of it for defenses that I'm seeing.
That's all we got. Yeah, defense is kind of rough. See, I fucking, my theory on Steelers defense being there was not true. The bye week came and went, and the Steelers defense is not very available.
No, not very available. But if they are.
In all my leagues, they're not. So that's cool. That's super horny.
Yeah. All right. Kickers?
Mike Nugent's been still doing pretty good.
Sly from the Panthers. I had to drop him in one league. I don't want to drop my kicker, but I had to because it was a bye week and I needed to pick someone up.
So you picked up who?
Put the Dallas kicker. He had a good game.
Well, who was Dallas? Brett Mayer.
Yeah.
Mayer.
Now we're gonna talk about them every time we bring up Dallas.
My brother's so pissed that he keeps losing in fantasy that he sent me a trade. Him basically giving up. He was like, I had Brett Mayer, and he sent me Zeke for Brett Mayer. And I was like, dude, I can't accept this trade.
People will be like,
everybody in the league will be like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, look, you put up like 15 points last week. You had a good game.
Yeah. It's like, I can't do that, Brad. It's super funny, though.
Yeah, I think that's it on the
that's
wire.
Hey, we went ahead.
Bet the wire! Bet the wire!
We did it for you. I'm just doing all these.
Why is everybody so fucking stupid?
We felt like a little bit. Tyler's not here, so we felt a little bit.
I'm wrong.
But
I think
you're here.
I think it was
here.
the most. We didn't fuck around when Tyler wasn't here.
I know. Usually, I know. Why didn't we? Yeah, we really didn't.
We didn't take advantage of the situation. We got to restart the episode.
Yeah, we'll do this again. Scratch.
This is Waiver Wire 1A. We have Waiver Wire 1B. Just 80 minutes of us being stupid.
Dude. Okay. You want to talk stupid?
I mean, I'm down.
I
I'm not opposed to it.
was thinking of the that SpongeBob. Maybe not SpongeBob. I don't know.
I think that's SpongeBob. I don't know. I didn't want
I'm not a doctor, dude. You know what I'm going to leave you with? I'm going to leave you with a little song. I'm going to leave you with... I don't know.
I'm not sure what you're trying to find over there.
Me neither. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You can see what I'm doing.
I see what you're doing. I was like, you're going to play Fox News, politics? It's like music for dogs?
Dude, I have all these. Look at all these relaxing. God.
Music.
Fucking Tyler.
Música for the perro, eh?
It's because it's sometimes you wake up in the morning and sometimes you're in the mood
Pups
for
is out there getting
craziness.
opening his third eye and shit.
People don't even know what we're talking about. All right.
You know, we do.
Well, that being said, I'm just going to end it there because I can't think of anything dope.
Yeah, we got matchups coming to you this week.
That was a little waiver wire episode for you. Hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully it wins you your fantasy week. Pick up Chase Edmonds. Pick up Ty Johnson. I think the running backs is most important
Yeah.
this week.
The top end, the running backs are important. And even, I guess you could say there's some value with, Kenny Stills in the Browns.
Yeah.
I said some. I didn't say
No, you're not wrong. You're not far off.
Yeah.
I think you're right. But thank you for listening. This has been the Average Bros Fantasy Football Podcast with your boy
And your other boy.
and my other boy.
And dogs and roommates walking in.
Yeah, all of that. Thank you for listening. This has been the Average Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, Season 2, Episode 32. Blah, blah, blah.
Game 1,
Waiver
32.
Wire.
You know what's next?
Week 8.
Episode Tree.
Tree.
Two
33.
trees.
33 is actually like a really good number. Apparently, in numerology, it's like supposed to be super lucky.
Yeah, so we're about to get lucky this week?
Yo, we're about to get lucky as a fucking
Bro, we're
dog.
hella going in on Thrive. We're about to double at 80K and make it 160.
Dude, here's the thing is, I'm a multi-thousandaire. Everybody fucking knows.
Hey.
They come up to me and go, hey, you're that multi-thousandaire, aren't you?
You're the richest thousandaire right now.
And then I look at them and I'm like, shit, fucking am. You want to take a picture? And then they were like, yeah, I'll take a picture. And I look at them and I go, well, I don't fucking take pictures.
I'll take pictures.
Yeah. Anthony will take a picture.
I'll take a picture with you guys. Don't worry.
Oh my God, is that the average? My buddy messes with me all the time. He's like, dude, can you not wait until this podcast blows up and then you walk in a room and they're like, I think those are the Average Bros guys. Like, fuck off, dude. Trying to just win some people some fantasy weeks,
bro,
okay, you fucking freak.
Just
I
call your
know,
friend- just call your friend a freak.
faggle.
Just call your friend a freak.
I called him a fat bitch.
Does he listen to this podcast?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. You tell him that you should just tag him.
What
in the
day is
episode.
it?
Huh?
What day is it?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yes. Today he'll listen to it.
He listens to the waiver wire.
Fucking little pussy.
Sorry, friend.
Thanks for listening. This has been the Average Bros Podcast. Hopefully we help you out. If you want to help us out, because we helped you out, go ahead and leave us a review on Apple Podcast app. Really helps us out. We appreciate it. Throw a 5-star. If you want to write a review, say, hey, Michael was super funny and entertaining. He was really, truly the best. And I can't wait to listen to the next podcast. Every time a new one comes out, I just can't wait to put it on and really start my day off right. That'd be fucking awesome. Imagine if someone left that.
Yeah.
That'd be super horny. People leave ones, though. We have some good ones left on there. So, yeah, download Thrive Fantasy. Use the promo code AverageBros. Give us some support, you fucks. That's very demanding.
Yeah, it
Just
was.
if you feel like it. But if you have any fantasy questions, hit us up on our Instagram at AverageBros_fantasyfootball, and we got you, baby. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
That's it.
Signing off.
All right. See ya, and we are out.
I don't think I cursed one set episode.
Oh, that's horny.
Dude, I'm proper in the morning.
I do curse too much. I didn't quit that.
Yeah. You catch me at night, bro, I'm dropping everything. In the morning, I'm proper
horny.
gentleman.
That's horny.
It's because I'm usually doing 6:45 shit.
Are we still going?
Damn it, I just got it.
I think you did curse.
I don't know. I might have.